Hello everyone and welcome to Chasing Adventures. And today we are going to be installing the front skid plate and the Diff Guard for 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. So let's get right in. Okay, so first let's open the front skid plate and see what we're working with. Okay, so we got the actual skid plate. Skid plate part number E515SAN040, made in Russia. Now these skid plates, I had to scavenge them pretty hard because, like I said, it's made in Russia, and the conflict with Russia and what's going on right now, they're not producing anymore. So I was able to gather this and Diff Guard pretty hard. And I'm still looking for transmission guard, which I'm not able to find anywhere now. So it is what it is. So anyways, so this is the front skid plate. Comes with the manuals. And let's see what's in this. Bolts and nuts that's required. Yep, bolts and nuts. All right. So the car is about 9.5 inches off the ground. So I'm going to try to attempt this without lifting the car and see if I could crawl in there and install this. So the instructions are pretty thorough. They're very well laid out, well explained, step-by-step instructions. And the first thing they're asking me to do is install this blue rubber gasket right in here. Alright, and next we have to remove this plastic guard that's currently on the car right now, so let's go ahead and remove that first. It's very tight, but I'm able to fit in and okay, so I remove all the push tabs, and total there's 16, and per the instructions we are getting rid of 5, so I'm assuming that these are it because the size comparison, and that's exactly 5 of them here, so that's what I'm assuming, but you have to remove everything here. Okay, so most of the push pins were all on the bottom side, and there are 3 on the side as well. 1 here, 2, 3, and then 1 all the way up there. See that moving? That's where it was. So remove all of that. And then there are 3 in the front as well. Right in the center, there's 1 over there. And I think this now is held on by these clips. So I'm just gonna clip them out. And everything should come out relatively easy. And after all the clips are taken out, there are 2 bolts here, 12 millimeter. This one. Two. Now this should pop out. Alright, there we go. Okay, and here's the look of the underside without the plastic guard. And you know what? It looks like already there's a pretty decent plating here right above the engine. So I don't even think this was necessary, but maybe... Huh. Yeah, it's well tucked underneath or above this plating, steel plating. Interesting. Well, it's here, so let's install them. Okay, so now after we remove the plastic guard, I believe you have to make holes on this. So we got a 13 mil in the fronts, 13 mil here. So we need to drill a couple of holes or make the holes a little bigger. Yeah, so this washer needs to go through here, and this washer goes underneath and connects with this. So that's why I think we need to drill out a hole that's a little bit bigger so it'll fit in. Yeah, and I don't have a drill bit that's big enough to drill a hole out. So I think I'm gonna try to use step drill to make this hole a little bigger. Perhaps measure it, how big I need first. Maybe I need to go through all the way. Let's try and find out. First one's in. Okay, so after those 13 millimeter holes are made, I set to drill another 11, 11, and 40 mil. I don't know if I could make a 40 millimeter hole with this, but so the 11 mil are these holes, and I'm assuming that's what this is for. So let's see. Okay, so I think that's what this is for. And the 40 mil hole goes here. Again, I don't have a 40 mil drill bit or a round saw that I could saw this into. I'm gonna try and see if I don't need to make a hole. Alright, and these clips here, they replace the plastic clips that are on the underneath. So this metal piece replaces this plastic piece. So let's pry that out. And it goes in like this here. And this metal piece goes in here, and there's a little tiny push clip that's provided, and this goes in the middle of it, and it's secured by that. Wow. Okay, same thing on the other side. So now everything's in place. All we need to do is put the plastic piece back in there. Oh man, I forgot to put these clips in there before I put the plastic guard on there. Well, it has to come off. Okay, so luckily I don't have to remove the whole thing. This clip goes right in here. So all I have to do is just loosen the back side and squeeze this through. It would have been much easier if I did this while this was completely off, but my mistake. Alright. See how it's in there now? So that's that. And when you put this guy back up, you just want to make sure that the hole that we're gonna screw it into lines up. Yep, and it does. Cool. Okay, now we put the skid plate on. And this is how it goes. So the front of the skid plate, we are going to be installing this. The big washer goes on top, and then we're gonna screw this in with the washer on the bottom from underneath, and this should hold and give us spacing that it needs. And then for the rears, these two are it. So the washer with the indent goes up, and bolt and a washer. So this will go up here like so, and this come from the bottom and up and tighten it. And then for the last part, where it's set to drill 40mm hole, I think it was for this, but it's a plastic piece, so I don't think it's necessary. And this goes on the bottom and comes up, and we have a nut that we need to tighten from the upper side, and that's it. Okay, and that's it, and we are done. And so these pieces we don't need, so don't worry if you have those laying around after you're done. And this is what it looks like when it's done. You know, it's not much of a coverage as I would like, but I guess they needed these vents to be open to cool the exhaust pipe. Well, why couldn't they just make it all the way out here and then have holes so it'll cool it? But I mean, now it seems like it's double protected. So we got this skid plate, and then we got the steel plate inside from the factory, and this aluminum thing doesn't even help, so it's there for aesthetic. But yeah, it's on there. Now let's move to the back and the Diff Guard. Hopefully Diff Guard won't be as much pain in the butt as this one was. Okay, now let's look at what's in the Diff Guard. So the Diff Guard, part number E515EFL201, again, same thing, made in Russia. So that's why they have this shortage of these. Also comes with a manual. Again, pretty detailed manual. And 2 bars to mount these, and then the mounting hardware. Okay, let's get right in. Okay, so these are all the mounting hardwares we got. Okay, so per the instructions, what you only really need is a 17 mil. Looks like we're going to remove this 2 bolts here, and then replacing it with the extra long bolt. And this guy will go on like this. Okay, so first things first, let's remove this bolt. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Hopefully I don't need a breaker bar. Maybe I do. Fudge. Yeah, that's really on there. Okay. So I do have a breaker bar or torque bar, but it's a 1/2 inch, and I don't have adapter to fit in 1/2 inch through 3/8, and all my sockets are 3/8, so I guess I have to run to Harbor Freight real quick and get some more tools. So I'll be right back. Okay, got the adapter. Ow. So this is the washer that needs to go in between the brackets. And this thing took me a while to figure out, but finally did. So if you look in here, there's a bigger hole here, a wider hole, and a small hole. So how this guy goes is through this hole, and it comes out like this. And that's where we're going to be mounting the rear brackets. From this side, like so. So both are on there. Then I need a washer. So big washer and a smaller washer. Okay. And this side as well. So this guy goes in here, comes out through here, this hole, and this is how it's mounted. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Alright. Alright, there she is. So these guys in the front, the 2 bolts that's connecting through this is 90 foot-pound of torque in the front, both 2. And then the rears here and all these other bolts are 24. It's well protected. The diffs are protected, but however, it's actually hanging lower. So I'm afraid, even though I'm not gonna be scraping this without the guard, I'll be scraping the guard going forward, because it is about a good I would say about 2 inches lower, but it's there to protect it, so I feel safer. Alright guys, that's it for today. I thought that was gonna be easy, but whew, it's pretty tough when you're limited to space. So make sure you lift the car if you can. It is possible, but just takes more time. And my next video will be installing the OEM hitch, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Alright, I'll catch you guys on the next episode, and keep chasing adventures.